Alright. Hello class, my name is Preston Bergstrom and today I'll be talking about the climate loss and damage through the Pacific Islands. Just a little historical background, responsibility. The USA, the United Kingdoms, and other countries like Germany and other European nations that have quite the industrial presence throughout their nation have created greenhouse gases throughout our world and Earth that have been trapped in the layer of the atmosphere that has caused climate change. This climate change has been very, very difficult for some countries to deal with, including the Pacific Islands, Pacific Island region, such as Fiji, Tahiti, Tavula, and other countries in that region. With these climate changes happening, there's been rising sea levels. The water temperature in the sea has been increasing, causing species of organisms and coral to die off. Having this happen just creates chaos in our natural food chain. Species won't migrate to some areas if the food isn't there, the food chain isn't working properly, causing other organisms and habitats to be uninhabited and abandoned. This loss not only harms the ecosystem, but also harms the humans of the island. And just a little justice perspective, the countries that have caused this haven't been doing much or any at all to help these countries that are actually in need. These countries also experience very, very harsh conditions throughout their seasons, including cyclones, rainfall, and other issues that harm their farmland and ways of living. And these countries that have caused these greenhouse emissions and caused this climate change just haven't been doing what they need to get back to these communities and help these people figure out their struggles and get back to where they were. Now, they might not ever get back to where they were, but overall, morally, we need to try and help them. For me, the POV I was looking at was justice and care ethics. Justice and care ethics obviously look at the issues of, where people are being very self-centered. There's obviously a lot of people that are actually in need. And these countries just don't have those resources. While we're sitting here, we have these resources and don't do much about it at all. The bigger countries don't reach out, they don't send money over, they don't send fresh water, they don't send food. All of this justice and care ethics lens just needs to provide balance and equality in this way. And to have our Earth continue to be a beautiful and well-kept place, we need to have this. And for the co-pilot summary, Pacific Islands was a very different subject on their mind. They looked through the utilitarian perspective in ethics, looking at the economic side of our world and what these big countries do, even though they emit tons of greenhouse gases that cause these problems to these little countries. They're looking more on the business side of things, which I disagreed with. However, most of our world does look at life that way, and it's truly a bummer. With these beautiful places, beautiful coral reefs, and the Great Barrier Reef as well going bleached and dying. And yeah, the co-pilot was very one-sided, which surprised me. I think some takes that they had were wrong morally for me. And looking at it in a utilitarian way was just a little off, in my opinion. But overall, the research and the ethics I looked into correlated pretty well with what I believe morally should happen with these islands and how we can help. And the co-pilot was kind of on the opposite side, so that was very interesting to me. But yeah, overall, these islands have experienced tons of loss, human, environmentally, and we need to help them. All hands on deck to help these countries succeed and strive in the way they usually do. So, thank you.